April 10th, 1929, the Kookabura was forced to make an emergency landing in its search for Kingsford Smith, Charles Kingsford Smith and Charles Ohm. The plane had left Alice Springs that day. The Kookabura itself was not found until 1978. Smith and Ohm had left Sydney on 30 March 29 in the Southern Cross. They left a short radio message that they were about to make a forced landing in bad country. They were eventually found. It was dubbed a publicity stunt, although they were cleared of such a stunt. Hitchcock and Anderson had left a rough diary scribbled on a section of the rudder fabric, which read in part. They described their problems with the airplane, their attempt to clear a runway. Once the pilots of the the Southern Cross were sighted and restored, then the tragedy shifted to Anderson and Hitchcock, who had gone after them and were now long overdue. After some bureaucratic time wasting, Kookabura was found, water and food were dropped, and then a ground party led by Flight Lieutenant Charles Eaton left Wave Hill for the Kookabura site on 24 April. They sent a prearranged coded message to a Sydney newspaper. It read, "The night parrot has been found." In 1982, the Kookabura embarked on its last journey. It returned to Alice Springs to be housed in this, its permanent home, on a site only some 150 meters from a point of takeoff 53 long years ago. This is some kind of bowerbird, although I don't know what the name of it was. The bowerbirds make these bowers, like you see, and then collect certain kinds of things with which to attract mates. There's also a blue bowerbird that attracts anything with blue in it. Failure of equipment, failure to have some kind of redundancy, although he discovered it at a certain point when he checked his rear compass, which was still working, and he saw the discrepancy. Perfect example of you cannot have enough redundancy when your life's at stake, and we all do it.
lots of goannas as well. And I'm going to show you one of the most common lizards that we get.
This is the Parenti. I think it's the largest lizard in Australia. Blue-tongued lizard, dragon. And that's the shingleback lizard, which when attacked will turn his butt around facing the same direction as faces in a U shape. Make his good face look really ugly. I mean, terrifying and dangerous, wild, spitting, blah, blah, blah. He turns his feet around. He actually reverses them around so it looks like it's two-headed animal, which is confusing in itself. But when the animal bites the back part, the animal immediately this lizard takes a crap of the most horrendously odoriferous nature, and then bites the head with the good head. That apparently is the last time such an animal will want to mess with one of these things. Here's some little bearded dragons, cute little buggers. These are only about 3 months old. You wonder what the reptilian brain thinks. Waiting for the glass to disappear. If it were painted on the glass, it couldn't be much more immobile than it is now. As I look at the side, I can see no evidence of breathing, which it probably doesn't need to do when it's underground, underwater. The eyelids is closed. Moves with great speed. Her tail is capable of breaking a human leg if she swipes it. She weighs something like 4 kilograms, whatever they call them. But her mate, when first introduced to her, was 9. Not liking him around her, she picked him up and threw him around her head, spun around her head, and then threw him into the wall. He was apparently more than twice her weight. Dragons. What you're probably curiously wondering is, reptiles, what is this thing with a giant eye coming at us?